evening, viewer. Welcome to our FTV English version. In the untamed fjords of southwestern Greenland, a fleet of Danish warships patrol the icy waters of what's become a highly contested Arctic hotspot. For 3 centuries, Denmark has been the sovereign power here, a tiny European monarchy still regaining over Greenland's 57,000 people as well as its vast swaths of harsh and resource-rich terrain. But Danish colonial authority, now focused mainly on foreign, defense and economic policy, is facing an unprecedented challenge, and the Scandinavian kingdom is at pains to underline and maintain its military control too. CNN was invited on board the HDMS Niels Jewel, a Danish air defense frigate deployed for Greenland for exercise Arctic Light, a land, sea and air trading mission that is just one aspect of Denmark's intensified military presence launched in June this year around its Arctic holdings. Publicly, Danish officials echo the long-standing concern of their NATO allies that Russia has been bolstering its offensive capabilities in the Arctic over the past 2 decades or more. Greenland, together with Iceland and the United Kingdom, sits along a crucial axis, that so-called GIUK gap, which controls maritime access to the North Atlantic. Moscow may be bogged down fighting in Ukraine at the moment, but once that brutal conflict is finally over, Danish military officials tell CNN they fully expect Russia to divert resources and use its war-fighting experience to pose a much greater threat in the Arctic region. China, too, has been stepping up its Arctic claims, taking part in patrols and exercises with Russian vessels, as well as funding Arctic infrastructure projects and developing a polar Silk Road plan for Arctic shipping. So it's even declared itself a near Arctic state, despite the fact that its most northerly major city, Harbin, is roughly as far north as Venice in Italy. But in face-to-face meetings, senior Danish military commanders say that neither Russia nor China currently present any significant military threat to Greenland. I don't think we have a threat to Greenland right now, Major General Soren Andersen, the chief of Denmark's Joint Arctic Command, told CNN. We see Russia is active in the Arctic Ocean, in the Bering Strait between Alaska and Russia, but not here, he added. What's more, Danish military officials insist the world's largest island, the size of 6 Grammys and called the 6 Germanys, or 2 of the biggest US states, Alaska and California combined, is relatively straightforward to defend. Harsh weather, mountainous terrain and a lack of infrastructure make the entire east coast of the territory virtually unconquerable, according to one Danish military official. It all begs to the questions why Denmark, a US ally that contributed troops to US wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, is now hosting its biggest ever military deals, ramping up Arctic defense spending by more than 2 billion, establishing an Arctic Special Forces group and purchasing new naval vessels and long-range drones too. Behind this exclusive report, FTV English, Delhi, Bharat.